What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Forgo. And today I thought I'd give you guys a list of the best tier 3 characters that you could choose from the selector that we got a couple days ago. And, I think it goes without saying that most of us know, well, a lot of us know already who we're going to choose because we maybe already have a lot of these tier 3s already, right? So you're just going to choose maybe one you don't have, or maybe one that you think is going to get a really good uniform in the future. But I'm going to just kind of go through these and just talk about their strengths, their weaknesses, and just really the good things about them. And really, and also as far as like the ease of gameplay, how easy are they going to play? Maybe what kind of obelisk you'd have to throw on them. And really, depending on your situation in the game, depends on, what you actually might want or need. And if it's your favorite character and you don't have them, then obviously you could choose them for that reason as well. So we'll start with Venom. Venom is a pretty amazing character. Big thing about this character is one, he has a tier 4 available. He can go to level 80. Any character that can go to level 80 in this game is godly. Any single character, whether you take them to tier 4 or not, you can just even have them at tier 3, reaching that level 72 will make them insane. Very, very godly, especially if you have low pierce on your account or you have no pierce at all. A character like this, any character that has the above level 70 option available, is going to be really good. Plus, Venom is actually really, really good in Combat Hero Day and ABX. He's very relevant there. He's not a super proc friendly character though. I mean, most players are going to be using a CTP of Rage on the character, which is, something to think about. Rogue, honestly, guys, Rogue would be a skip. She's a really good character, but I mean, unless she's your favorite, I probably would skip her because she's kind of fallen behind in all honesty. There's just better speed options than her. And Storm actually does have a tier 4 available. She can go to level 80. The problem with Storm is that she has only a paywall uniform. So if you weren't playing during the event where you could actually buy her uniform, then she's really not going to be that great for you because she truly needs the paywall uniform. And if you're free to play, then obviously you're not going to be leveling her up. She really is strong, some major lows movement speed, but she is strong. But I can't really recommend her because of the fact that she only has a paywall uniform that's only available at certain times in the game. And then you have Cyclops. Cyclops is a really great leadership. He's a blast superhero or super villain. That's something that's really nice about this character is that he has a great leadership and a 35% increase of all attack. And then he's got the passive that can increase energy attack by 15% or 30%, depending on the uniform that you have. So here he's a superhero, and then you could actually buy a villain uniform where he actually gives 30% increase of energy attack. And he'll still have that nice 35% increase of all attack leadership. Just an amazing support for multiple game modes in the game. So he is a consideration. Shirag, everybody should be able to get Shirag to tier 3. This is not a character you really want to do this for, especially early on in the game. Ant-Man, he'll get a movie in the future, but I wouldn't recommend Ant-Man. He's just not very good. He just isn't very good at all. Black Bolt's a good character, has a really good leadership for the Inhumans, but he's kind of fallen behind. He just isn't as good as what he used to be, which is kind of a shame. And then we get to Black Panther, which is one I'm going to touch on for a little bit. So Black Panther is a character that really hasn't got a lot of love from Netmarble. It's kind of wacky because he's really one of the greatest superheroes out there, but he just hasn't got a lot of love. So hopefully, with the new Wakanda Forever movie that's going to be coming out very, very soon, he will get love. So he might be a viable option. This is the character that I'm going to tier 3 from my selector because I don't have him. And I'm just praying that he's going to be good. So maybe, because of that reason, maybe you'd want to tier 3 him as well. Winter Soldier, unfortunately, guys, isn't very good. He's got a 30% increased physical attack leadership, but he's just not good. And kind of the same thing with Vision. Vision has really fallen behind. Captain Marvel, there are some nice things about her. She's actually a really good striker for tier 4 characters for Fracture. She is good for that in ABL, Alliance Battle Legend. And she does have some PvP viability in her newest uniform, but really not the best amongst these, at least as far as PvP is concerned. She does have a decent leadership and 30% increase of energy attack as well, but not really one I would recommend in all honesty. Daredevil, guys, he's got a nice little PvP uniform, but it's really fallen behind. And really, until he gets another uniform in the future where he's actually going to have a tier 4, I can't really recommend him right now. Loki's actually a really good character. Loki is actually good for ABX. He can even be used in ABL. He's not really the best character for because he can die very quickly in there with the uniform that does the most damage. But he is a solid character. He's really great for ABX, but you'll find that, there's other characters especially on no restriction day, that actually can do better than him because they actually have a tier 4 available. I mean, and that's something you always need to think about. If you're in a place where you're not going to be tier 4 in characters, then, well, you might as well just throw that out the window and just think about, okay, I just want to get these characters to level 72, and I'm just going to play with them at that. Because once you get them just to level 72, right, and there's only certain ones that are available that can go to level 72, right? Venom, Storm, and I've already talked about Storm, how you probably don't want to be doing her because you need her paywall uniform, right? And that's it so far, just those two characters, right? Then you have Spider-Man. Spider-Man's amazing. Spider-Man, if you buy two different uniforms, it's actually good for PvE and PvP. Even in his PvP uniform, he's actually very, very strong. Pretty proc friendly for the most part. Very easy character to play. Loki, by the way, guys, is a rage. Captain Marvel is definitely a rage. So that is something to think about. Black Bolt is also a rage. But Spider-Man, he's definitely a proc friendly character. He's a very versatile character in that if you have the right uniform or the newest uniform, he will be good in PvP and good in PvE. He's not going to be the best in PvE with his PvP uniform, but he's still really, really solid. Really amazing character in all honesty, and still, I think, holds quite a bit of relevance for a lot of players. Then you have Thor, who actually does have a tier 4 available. He can go to level 80s, right? And that's another thing, he is a universal, right? Venom is a combat. So that's also something to think about. Maybe you're looking for a certain combat or a universal or a speed. Thor is a universal. He is an alien. He's really, really strong, guys. Honestly, at level 80, the guy's just been doing insanity for me in World Boss Legend. He's actually at tier 4. He's actually a meta in ABL. He's a very, very powerful character, especially in his newest uniform. But you're going to have to play with him with Rage or CTP of Judgment to get the most out of him. And then we have Black Widow. Black Widow also has a tier 4 available. So again, she can go to level 80. Very solid character, honestly. Like, she is good because she fits a lot of the requirements in AVX, AVL. She's actually very, very good in World Boss Legend. She's not top tier in World Boss Legend, but she is good. She is solid. I mean, there are players that when they have her at level 80, they're going to be doing over stage 90 against Null, which is nuts. I can tell you on my account, there's no way she could do that, but that is still pretty damn insane, right? So she is a solid character. She's also very, very proc friendly in her newest uniform. So that's also something else to keep in mind. And then you have Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is a really good character in his newest uniform, but in all honesty, guys, it's kind of outdated these days. It really isn't as good as it used to be. It's still a powerful character in his newest uniform, but again, the characters that have these tier 4s available, they're just going to shine more. They're just going to shine more because they do a whole lot more damage, and you don't need any dodge strikers against Null whenever you take them past level 70, which is pretty nice. Then we get into Iron Man, who, in my opinion, is the second best choice out of all of these, okay? This guy can go to tier 4. His newest uniform is fairly proc friendly, not super proc friendly, but you really would want to play with him with a Rage. He fits a lot of the requirements in World Boss Legend. He also fits a lot of requirements in ABL, ABX. He's godly for no restriction day for ABL and ABX. He's just an insane character. Very, very strong, and it's pretty funny because he was first tier 4, but his relevance holds very high, guys, because he's just a blast superhero male. He fits a lot of requirements. He's a very, very useful character for most players, man. Very strong. And he's insane in GBR as well. And then we get into Hulk, who I feel is the best character out of all of them right now, depending on where you're at in the game, depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a blast, combat speed, those things always come into play as well. But Hulk overall in his newest uniform is the best for a few reasons, in my opinion. One, he's more versatile than any of the other characters. You can throw a CTP of Regeneration on this character or a PvP build, and he'll perform well in PvP and PvE. He also has the best survivability of any of these characters. He's also the easiest to play because you can put a PvP build on him, so you don't really have to worry about landing on procs. And I know that he's going to be getting nerfed, but I can tell you guys right now, he's still insane with the CTP of Regeneration. Just today, I cleared stage 74 with a minute and a half left against Null. That is some nutty, nutty damage. How much will they nerf him? I don't really know. But I can tell you right now, he doesn't seem to be nerfed at all. If he is, I can't tell the difference right now because he's still doing insanity for me. And I haven't seen anything as far as any kind of patches or anything from Netmarble. So As far as I can tell, he hasn't been nerfed yet, but I do believe he will be getting nerfed. I just don't know how much he's going to actually lose. And he's really good in ABX, ABL, especially for Combat Villain Day. So that's another thing about him. And then Captain America. Captain America, guys, honestly, he's a real tricky character to play. His tier 3 requires taking damage based on how much damage he takes. And he's real tricky. Honestly, we're just kind of waiting for him to get a little something in the future. But we've already had quite a few characters that are combats that did get that tier 4. So I actually kind of hope they don't do anything for him for a long time because we already got plenty of combat characters that have these level 80s available. I mean, we got tons of them. Moon Knight, Cog, Carnage, Venom. I mean, 4 of them. So I'm kind of hoping they really don't do anything for Captain America anytime soon. In the future, yes, but not right now. So, in my opinion, guys, Hulk really is the best choice out of any of these. Then it would be Iron Man, at least in my humble opinion. Again, it depends on where you're at in the game. And then I'd probably go with I mean, depending on whether you're going to play for PvP or PvE, either Venom or maybe Spider-Man or Thor. I mean, it's really hard to say, guys. And again, if you're just looking for a certain tier 3, then you already know who you're going to want to pick. I mean, maybe you need a speed superhero, right? And then you want to go with Black Widow, right? Maybe you need a universal superhero. Then you want to go with Thor for sure, because these characters have those tier 4s, those level 80s available. I mean, again, it doesn't take a lot of resources to take a character from level 70 to level 72. And once you do that, it is a world of difference for any of these characters, whether it's Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, uh, Storm, or Venom. Any of these characters, their damage just skyrockets once you take them to level 72. And again, depending on your requirements and what you're actually looking for, really would depend on who you would pick. But I just wanted to try to provide a little insight, guys, as far as maybe the best tier 3 that you could choose. So, guys, let me know how you're all doing in the game. Let me know what tier 3 you actually chose from this. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.